Hi everyone, this is a short video on how to use Delta Math. So each class has a different class code. Alright, this is my page. I'm going to show you how to make a student page. So if you go to deltamath.com, alright, and actually it's going to look like this, the main page of deltamath.com, and you're going to click for students. So even if you were in a class last year using Delta Math, you're going to have to sign up make sure you're in the new class. You probably won't have to make a new account. You can use that same email that you did last year, but you're going to have to put yourself into the correct class. So you're just going to hit register, and then you're going to put that course code that you have, and you can see as soon as you put in that code, it will tell you which class it's for. So this would be the code for the Algebra 2 Period 3 class. If you're in a different class, then you have to use the correct code, and then you can just register with email or register with Google. You don't have to use a school email. You can use a regular email. You can use, if you did Delta Math last year, you can use that same email that you did last year. Okay. I just wanted, if you haven't used Delta Math before, I just want to show you how to use some of the features on it. So let me just see if I can go sample student page. All right, so this is my Delta Math. I just want to go to into a student account here and see if we can get, I don't know why it's not going. Select a section. Oh, here we go. All right, so these are your upcoming assignments would be listed right here. The due date would be listed as well. So if I click it, you can see that there are 3 parts that I have to do. I have to do 2 problems on finding the slope, 1 problem on the distributive property, and 1 problem on simplifying radicals. I just picked some easy topics here just to show you a variety of things like slope, how to make it into a fraction, the answer, distributive property, how to use exponents, and then how to use that radical sign. So if you click each of the topics, okay, you can see I have to answer 2 questions. The nice thing about Delta Math when it's in practice mode is that it can show you an example of how to do something, all right, and it also gives you 2 tries. So if you don't know how to do whatever it is you're doing, like if I didn't know how to find the slope, first off, you can watch a help video. You can see that right in the middle, all right, so if you wanted to watch a video, it would show you a video on how to do that. Or you can show an example, so it will show you a similar problem with different numbers right there, and then you can use that as reference. And then if I click here, original problem goes back to the problem that you have to answer. So slope is the change in y over the change in x. So I'm going to have -7 minus -7. Now remember, when you have a minus negative, it becomes a plus positive. Okay, so that's actually going to be 0. And if it's 0 in the numerator, then it doesn't really matter what's in the denominator. But I'm going to put the wrong answer. So I'm just going to put 2, okay, and submit answer. And your answer is not correct. Try and find your mistake. You have 1 attempt remaining. So this could be a case where you look for, the show example if you needed to, okay? And this isn't going to help me because my answer is 0 and I wanted to show you how to do a fraction, but hopefully my next problem will be a fraction. So I did get it right. My answer was 0. So you can see the green check mark. Also, you can see the record. You've done 1 out of 2 problems correctly so far. And they also show you how you should have done the problem and the correct answer. So the solution's there. Then if I hit next problem, hopefully this will be a fraction. Yep, it should be. So I have -16 minus -8. So that's actually going to be -8 on top. And -15 minus -9. Okay, so that's -8 over -6. So that's going to be 8 over 6. Now it says write it in simplest radical form. So 8 over 6 reduces to 4/3. So I hit 4. And then I can hit the division sign, puts it right into fraction mode like that. So 4/3, and I hit submit answer. Are you sure you want to submit this answer? And I hit yes. Okay, perfect. Next section. So now distributive property. I was hoping it would be something with exponents, but this one is not. but 2 times 8x plus 7. Now I'm actually doing this on my iPad, so you can see that all of these things come up for me. If you're doing it on a regular computer, there's going to be a little keyboard symbol, and if you hit that, you're going to get all these radicals and exponents and stuff like that. So if you need a radical, it's there. If you need an x, it's there. If you needed to do an exponent like x squared, so you put the squared there. So this is just going to be 16x, all right, plus 14. Now, if I needed this to be 16x squared, because sometimes obviously you're going to have exponents in there, you could just hit this and that button right there would put it into exponent mode. But obviously this is not 16x squared. It's just going to be 16x plus 14. Okay, and then I'll show you how to do the radical one. All right, and you can see that I only had to do one of these problems and I got 1 out of 1 right. If you get something wrong, you're going to have a penalty of 0.5 off. So you have to complete the slope. I had to do 2 problems. You're not done until you get 2 problems correct. So it'll keep on having you do problems. All right, and my next section, simplifying radicals. So radical 75 breaks down to radical 25 times radical 3, and radical 25 equals 5. So this is 5 radical 3. And you can see that radical button is right there for us to use as well. So 5, so I can even touch this one right there, or I can use that down there. And again, if you're not on a phone or an iPad like I am, you have a little keyboard symbol. So you can see I attempted my attempt 1 out of 2, problem 1 out of 3 max. Okay, so you have to get 1 right. It does max out though, so it's not like you have to do 100 problems. You eventually would just count it as wrong, but you do get multiple tries for that. All right, and then I'm done. All right, the next section button I can't highlight, so let's go back. You can see I've answered all these, and that's how to use Delta Math.